Well, it is Savannah Chatham Day at the Georgia State Capitol, and News 3 is right there at the Gold Dome in Atlanta. That's where we'll find WSTV's Tina Tyus Shaw and Ben Singer out there. Guys, a great day to be from Chatham County as well as just the state of Georgia.
Good afternoon to you, Andrew, and hello everyone back home. Listen, we are so excited. We're at the Georgia Railroad Freight Depot and looking forward to Savannah Chatham Day. Before we know it, this railroad depot will be filled with people.
And this is really an appropriate venue when you think about it. This is my first time in here, and it really is kind of Savannah-esque, which is, that's what's on the menu tonight. We are talking all things Savannah. Folks from the Savannah Chamber are setting up for this party as we speak, and it's going to kick off here in about the next hour. And this is really a chance for Savannah to put its best foot forward and make its presence known. So when it comes to allocation for some state funding, we get some of our priorities met.
And some of those priorities that we will hear about today, education, we'll hear from Savannah Tech's president, Savannah State's president. Also, we're talking tourism as well, among other things.
So, you know, one of the fun things about being up in Atlanta today is we get to actually meet face-to-face with one of our correspondents. That is WSAV's Arshif Shashadri. Usually we only see him digitally, but he's in the flesh.
I'm not AI, I'm real. I'm a real person.
Real person, everyone, we can confirm. And you've been doing the real work today because you've been in the Capitol since early this morning talking with our local lawmakers about how they're going to, you know, ask for what they want.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure the state has some priorities. So why don't you tell us what you're working on?
Yeah, I always say, you know, this is an important day because everybody wants a piece of the pie. So yesterday was Augusta Day, today's Savannah Day. So everybody wants a little bit of that budget. In fact, a pretty packed agenda. We got the Chamber of Commerce's agenda, the city's agenda. So some of the key recurring themes when we spoke to the delegation, as well as lawmakers, really talking about tourism and finding ways to boost Savannah's tourism. Healthcare priority, also a key funding. The mayor talking about having more access for those who are disabled, as well as elder care. The city's homelessness, something that Savannah leaders emphasize. In fact, Governor Brian Kemp in his State of the State said there was $50 million allocated for that. So Savannah certainly wants a piece of the pie of that. And the biggest bulk of the state budget is education. So education certainly being a very pivotal point that the delegation talking about getting more students for nursing, doctors into parts of Savannah and the rural areas, the counties outside of Savannah, to improve healthcare access. In fact, last year they were able to bring the teledentistry, so really expanding upon that. But of course, the big talk is really shaking hands, meeting with lawmakers as the Senate and the House of Representatives about 25% done before the end of session later on in April.
Hey, David.
I mean, I think number one on the agenda relating to Savannah is the beginning of St. Joseph Candler graduate medical education residencies. They're in line, being approved by ACGME, American College Graduate Medical Education, to start up internal medicine residencies as of July 2027.
About 700 members from the Savannah delegation were here in the Atlanta area under the Gold Dome, and they soon will be over here once the session wraps up and once they're done shaking hands. One of the themes that I certainly did hear was about tourism dollars, especially with the FIFA World Cup coming to Atlanta. So they want to capitalize that and bring folks to the Savannah area. So there's certainly a lot of momentum. And of course, we're only about 1/4 done, so a little bit more before the end of the legislative session.
Yeah, that makes sense. If people are going to come from all over the world, they got to make a couple-hour trip down the road to see our city as well. So that's sort of the nuts and bolts, the business end of this. This is kind of the party end of it. So
which is why we're here, right? Yeah, we're here for the party.
What do we expect tonight?
Well, it's going to be the big oyster roast. So State Senator Ben Watson has already given me my ticket. I don't know if we've got one for everybody, but here's my ticket. Admits one. Just saying,
well,
one.
They're already in here. So.
They're already here. They already sneaked the line. But no, it should be really fun. It's a nice way for them to meet everybody and to really wrap up the day before they head back into business. But it's certainly going to be fun. While you all are anchoring, I may go and check it out just to make sure that we're covering and doing all the work.
You know, that's a good idea. We should actually do that as well, don't you think? Thank you, Arthur.
Yes, thank you. And listen, the almighty apron. This is a big deal. The 2026 Savannah Chatham Day apron for this legislative session. And the proud words coming out of a lot of people's mouths is the fact that Barnes, our community restaurant, is here to serve everyone. And I can't wait to see what's on the full menu. You know, barbecue is big with Barnes, and they're celebrating 50 years.
So we're going to chat with the folks from Barnes coming up in our next half hour, but in the meantime, we're going to send it back to you.